Welcome back. All right, so winding down the season previews, Rangers today, and then I will wait a certain amount of time, and then we'll do a preview on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Looking at the New York Rangers, the Rangers a team coming off of another deep run in the playoffs, a team that looks ready to potentially win a Stanley Cup. But that's that really difficult space that a GM will find themselves in. If you're close, you know you're close. You've got pretty much everything you need, but how is it going to work out so where you're the one that wins the Stanley Cup right in June? So looking back to 2014, 2015 until now, again, top 10 scorers over that period in time. Mika Zibanejad leads the list, 567 games played, 230 goals, 297 assists, 527 points. I really like Zibanejad's game. Chris Kreider, 726 games, 285 goals, 227 assists, 512 points. Artemi Panarin, 350 games since signing that big contract with the Rangers, 149 goals, 312 assists, 461 points. Adam Fox, 357 games played, 53 goals, 255 assists, 308 points. Matt Zuccarello, 365 games played, 83 goals, 176 assists, 259 points. Kevin Hayes, 361 games played, 87 goals, 129 assists, 216 points. Ryan Strome, 263 games played, 71 goals, 124 assists, 195 points. Pavel Buchnevich, 301 games played, 79 goals, 116 assists, also 195 points. Rick Nash, 266 games, 98 goals, 73 assists, 171 points. And Derek Stepan rounds out the top 10, 221 games, 55 goals, 108 assists, 163 points. Now, when we look at the top 5 goaltenders over that same time period, Henrik Lundqvist leads the way, a record of 150, 115, and 34. Igor Shesterkin, record of 135, 59, and 17. Alexander Georgiev, 58, 48 and 11. Antti Ranta, 27, 14 and 4. And Cam Talbot, 21, 9 and 4. Still on the board. So looking at the team's numbers over the last 5 seasons, their points percentage, 8th in the league at 632. Goals for per game, they're 7th at 3.25. Goals against per game, they're 4th at 2.74. Their power play also 4th at 24%, and their penalty kill 6th at 81.5%. Again, remarkably consistent numbers from the New York Rangers, and it's just a matter of getting over the hump come playoff time. Now, this past season, they were first in points percentage at 695. Goals for per game, they were still 7th, but 3.39 goals per game. Goals against per game, 7th at 2.76. And 5-on-5 play wasn't necessarily their forte this year. And this past season, it was really about the special teams. Their power play 3rd with 26.4%. Their penalty kill 3rd at 84.5%. They're going to need to pick up their game 5-on-5 if they're going to get that Stanley Cup win, and we'll see. So looking at their scores from this past season, Panarin leads the way, 82 games, 49 goals, 71 assists, 120 points. They tried so hard to get him that 50th goal. I don't think Panarin gets close to 50 goals this season, but we'll see. Trocheck, 82 games, 25 goals, 52 assists, 77 points. Kreider, 82 games, 39 goals, 36 assists, 75 points. Fox, 72 games, 17 goals, 56 assists, 73 points. Zibanejad, 81 games, 26 goals, 46 assists for 72 points. Lafreniere, 82 games, 28 goals, 29 assists, 57 points. Gustafsson, 76 games, 6 goals, 25 assists, 31 points. Keandre Miller, 80 games, 8 goals, 22 assists, 30 points. VC, 80 games, 13 goals, 13 assists, 26 points. And Trouba, 69 games, 3 goals, 19 assists, 22 points. In net, your top 2 goaltenders, Shesterkin, 36, 17, and 2 with a .913 save percentage, 4 shutouts. And, of course, Jonathan Quick, who I think has added years to his career going to New York. 18, 6, and 2 record, .911 save percentage, 2 shutouts. So we go from retirement watch with Quick to saying, you know what, he's a pretty good backup goaltender for the Rangers. We'll see how much longer he plays. So for rookie watch, I put Brennan Othmann up there. I think Othmann, if he gets a chance to play some minutes here this year, he could turn some heads, but he's going to have to find a place in this lineup. And looking through their top 12, it's a pretty deep group. Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, and you know what? I think Alexis Lafreniere could very well end up on that top line. He had 57 points this past season. I think he's due for another breakthrough, like 70, 75 point range. Not anything crazy, but getting closer to that point per game range. Artemi Panarin, Vinny Trocheck, and Riley Smith, of course, arriving from Pittsburgh. I could see Riley Smith on that second line. Will Cooley, Philip Hedel, and Capo Caco. Caco, of course, you have to be concerned about his health because he's injured often. And with Caco, we're still waiting on that big breakthrough from him in terms of offense. Jimmy Vesey, Sam Carrick, and Matt Rempe likely to round out the fourth line. Sam Carrick, a decent addition for the New York Rangers. So your extras are Johnny Brodzinski, who is a very useful call-up for them when needed. Bo Grew joins the team. Riley Nash. There's Brennan Othman, Anton Bleed, Alex Belzile, and Adam Sikora, who I could have put Sikora on the rookie watch list, but I don't think he's ready for that call-up just yet. We'll see. On the blue line, you have Ryan Lindgren, Adam Fox. We know what Lindgren and Fox are able to do together as a duo. They're fantastic. Keandre Miller and Jacob Trouba. Trouba's still here, and of course, they wanted to trade him during the summer. Reportedly, he refused to get traded, and so he's there for at least this coming season. We'll see if he has a good year, whether or not those trade talks go away. Zach Jones and Braden Schneider round out the top six. Then your extras, Chad Ruhwedel, useful veteran defenseman, of course, Ben Harper, same, and Connor Mackey. So there are some players with experience on an NHL blue line. There's some decent depth here. I don't see any reason to be concerned about the Rangers blue line at this point. The goaltending, again, it's Igor Shesterkin, it's Jonathan Quick. We know what these guys can do. Louis Domingue is still there at the AHL level, likely to play a lion's share of the season in Hartford, but in the event of an injury to Igor or Quick, he can step in as need be. Their cap space, there really isn't much to speak of here. $623,476. And so for the Rangers, what you see is what you're likely to get in a month's time when the season gets rolling. But it's still a pretty good team. So the schedule, not bad. Honestly, the schedule, not a lot to talk about here. 5 out of 9 are on the road in October. 7 of 14 are at home once we get to November. February, 1 at home. We're 1 away, 3 at home. 1 away, then the Four Nations Cup, 3 away and 1 at home. So they have a 4-game road trip with the Four Nations Cup sandwiched in the middle. And then in April, 4 out of 8 games are at home. The New York Rangers really are one of those teams that how their season goes is going to be decided on how far they go in the playoffs. So I don't know. They're not in like that Toronto Maple Leafs range, but I would say the Rangers and Carolina find themselves in a similar spot where, okay, you can win in the playoffs here and there, and you might get into a conference final, but you need to show you can hit that next gear when you need to. Now, the Stanley Cup odds are still pretty good for the Rangers, plus 1,300, which tells you that they're in the top 5 in terms of expectation, or at least top 5, top 6. The New York Rangers are a team that are going to be dangerous, and the channel likes their odds of finishing first. 84% of the vote said first or second. I'm not entirely surprised by that. 12% say third or fourth, and the other 4%, well, you know where these are headed. 1% says fifth or sixth, and the other 3% say seventh or eighth. Probably not big Ranger fans. I'm going to guess Islander fans, Devil fans, just trolling behavior. 9.3K votes, so a little over 9,300 votes in that poll thus far, which leaves us just with Columbus left. But for the New York Rangers, the expectation is going to be the division. The expectation is going to be that they sign Shesterkin during the season. Igor's UFA status at the end of the season won't be a distraction in October, but it could become a distraction if he doesn't sign a contract soon. And that's the trick, right? We saw that with Pettersson in Vancouver, where you could tell that it was kind of weighing on him that his extension wasn't signed yet, so they got that done. And so you don't want that situation with New York, where Shesterkin, it's out there, and how much is he going to get? And that's the big question mark, is how much Shesterkin is worth. I did the video not too long ago on what goaltenders are paid, and I was talking about Swayman, but Shesterkin's name came up a lot in that video because we're waiting to see how much money he's going to get. Should he get more than the $10 million a year that Bobrovsky gets? I think an argument can be made that he should. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to what you expect from the New York Rangers. I'd be very surprised if they don't win the division, but I've been surprised before. And for the New York Rangers, it does feel like a lot of their core key guys, whether it's Trocheck, Kreider, Panarin, Svenajed, they have to get that Stanley Cup run soon because if they don't, then you're risking either their play falling off because they're veteran players and you get out of your prime. You might be dealing with just other teams getting better too. And so suddenly you're not the favorite anymore. So it's important for the Rangers to win a Stanley Cup, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It should be a very interesting season in New York. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.